If you're considering moving to Boise, Idaho, you have to really consider if it's still affordable for you. And in this video, we're gonna be doing exactly that, going into salaries, what home prices look like, and what you get for different type of bracketing home prices. And today, I'm gonna be explaining to you guys if Boise is still affordable today. But just before we get into the video, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jonathan Silva, and I've been a local realtor here for the past couple of years. And I wanted to give you guys my local insights as a Idaho native who's grown up here all my life. I know Spanish, and if you guys have any other questions or concerns, want to set up a time to talk about your goals and what you guys are doing to move to the Idaho area, maybe you're just even curious about what it looks like, feel free to reach out and we'll schedule a time to do that. But without further ado, let's get started with the video. All right, family, so here we are in Aging Estates. This is a first-time home buyer community. It's CBH. We are in North Meridian, and this is a suburb right outside of the main part of Boise. So it's still part of the Boise Treasure Valley area. I wanted to talk about salaries inside of the video, but we're gonna start off here to show you some of the first home buyer bracket kind of category of homes so you guys can see. In the video, I'm gonna break through three different categories. First-time home buyer, price category range, we're gonna go into like the $500,000 to $600,000 range of home, and then we're gonna end it off in a third segment talking about $800,000 and above for what affordability and what you're gonna see in each home. And then I'll even give you a little bit of a glimpse of what you guys can expect to see in a home that's not necessarily super close to the main capital city that is Boise. So in this CBH community, you'll see that they don't do landscaping. This is pretty customary for this builder. So there's other builders like KB Homes, Hubble Homes, Hayden Homes, KB. These builders are going to be the ones that offer first-time homebuyer plans with the availability of upgrading them heavily, or they have bigger floor plans that have 3,000 square foot, 3-car garages. They have the availability to do more. With the average salaries, this is gonna be a really big, I wanted to show you guys the home as well. You guys can just kind of get a pan of that. With the average salary of someone who's gonna be in Idaho, the average statistics for last year were $55,000 to $60,000, which may be a big turnoff for those who are coming from a place like California. We're gonna compare this video a lot to California because we have a lot of you guys that call and have a really big shock when it comes to affordability here in Idaho. In California, the average salary you can expect probably to be around the mid-70s, which is gonna be a $20,000 difference. That at first can be pretty shocking. But people don't come here for the money, people come here for the lifestyle and the way that expenses are divvied up once you come to live here. And we're gonna talk about that in this video. We're gonna talk about home prices in our next segment. We're gonna talk about taxes and gas prices, things like that. So I wanna take you guys over to our next segment. We're gonna be looking at homes that are in between the $500,000 to the $600,000 range. It's gonna be a Biltmore home. And I'm gonna show you guys and talk more about home prices and gas. Okay, family, here we are in Lincoln Creek now. This is a Biltmore home. And I'm gonna show you guys inside of this one, talk about the amenities of this neighborhood, what the other one didn't have, and then continue on with home prices. So let's start following inside. The last home that we were at, the CBH model, that one was a 410,000 house. I should just say 410,000. It was a 3-bed, 2.5 bath at 1,400 square feet. This one's listed for $560, and the amenities are a lot different. So go ahead and give a pan of that home and look inside of, this is gonna be our second bracket of home. This is gonna be a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, and this one's going to be at 2,000 square feet. So a lot different. And what you'll notice is that there's going to be things like a fireplace. You're gonna have cabinets that go all the way up. You're gonna have quartz countertops instead of any sort of laminates or Formica. You're gonna have that kind of like false stove, the hidden one with shelves back there. So when you get into the second part, the second bracket of like the 500 to 600, you're gonna have a lot more different amenities in the home, but not only in the home, but you're also gonna see different things in the neighborhood. So specifically Lincoln Creek, inside you'll see that there's a park, there's a pool, there's a clubhouse, and there's like one single pickleball court with walking trails all around the neighborhood. That's really desirable for a lot of families. What we don't see and what makes Boise affordable is some of the HOA fees. So with the HOA fees, in California or in other states, you guys are paying a lot more, but in here, it's only gonna be, a couple $100 a year for what you're paying for and what you're getting the amenities. I've heard a lot of people talk about their HOAs and how they're paying a lot more and they're increasing year after year. So this one also comes with a little office space and the half bath right here for your guests. I like this one. Biltmore is a great builder and I love their quality. I also wanted to dive into taxes because that's been a really, really big one before we get into home prices. I love to compare to California, but in California, a lot of you guys are paying about a 1% of your total assessed home price value, and that's eating a lot of pockets, especially annually. Here in Idaho, you're gonna be paying around 0.4 to 0.5, depending on which district you are or what county you are, whether you're in Ada or Canyon County. We are currently in Ada County. This is where Meridian is. If you choose to end up being in Canyon County, the property taxes are a little higher, but those are just things to keep in mind. So we're gonna continue going up the home. Beautiful, beautiful build. Electricity is a lot higher in California as well. I don't mean to cherry pick and to just sell you guys some sort of Idaho Oasis dream. My goal really is to make sure that you guys are informed about Idaho so that if you plan on moving here, you really know if it's the right fit for you. So we're gonna talk about a lot of the pros of Idaho, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I don't wanna make it that way because it's not, especially today, it's really foggy. But today, they didn't install the shower curtain in this one yet, shower curtain, but this is like a little double vanity sink one. I like this one as well. But we're gonna continue going. Like I said, electricity is going to be more expensive in California. A lot of you guys have gas dryers for that reason because the electricity is high and it makes dryers, things like that, a lot more expensive. On my cheat sheet that I have for you guys here, California's rate of kilowatts per hour is almost 2.7 times higher than what Idaho is. So Idaho is probably 13 cents, whereas California is about 30 cents kilowatts per hour. Or the kWh. So those are some things that I've noticed that have really drawn people away from California, is the affordability there, and drawing people to the affordability here in Boise. And this is the beautiful master right here. I like this one. So we're all talking and we're all wondering about home prices. And home prices is probably the biggest question. You guys are looking to see home prices. And a lot of us, I mean, the list of people that I've talked to, they expect and they think that Boise has the cheapest home prices in all of the valley and all of the states around, which we'll kind of get there, is sort of true, but I want to keep it straight with you guys. In the past couple of years, we've seen a really, really, really big increase in Idaho's appreciation. So since 2016, the home prices have more than doubled since then. We're now in 2026. And the home prices have more than doubled. And I think that they're gonna continue to be moving forward. In our last video, we talked about the expansion of Micron. We'll link it towards the end of this video. And we talked about how that growth is really gonna start making Boise boom with more development. And that's only gonna continue to happen as more people come to live in Idaho. And so what I wanted to talk about is Boise affordable? Is it affordable? Yes and no. Is it as easy as it was before in 2016? Absolutely not. It's grown so much more than then. However, it is cheaper than most West Coast states' average home prices. And so with that being said, Idaho, the average home price you're gonna see is $505. That's gonna be the average price for Idaho. In Oregon, you're gonna see a $544 average home price. They're not paying much in sales tax, but they are paying more in property tax. In Washington, you're gonna see an average of $690, $100,000 in average home price. And in California, a whopping $906, which is pretty insane. I cannot imagine that. That is pretty insane. However, as the filming of this video that we're doing right now, rates did hit a 3-year low, and that's been pretty awesome for a lot of first-time home buyers that are looking to buy in the Boise area. It's still manageable. It's not impossible. It is a little harder, but it's not impossible, and that's what I want to really tell you guys. And so we're going to continue to use, builder incentives. We're going to really assess. Here, I'll put this here, but just because Boise isn't as cheap as it once was, doesn't mean that it's not doable. And what's doable is knowing where you wanna go so that you're not overpaying for the things you don't actually need. If you don't need amenities, but you're paying for them, it's gonna make it a lot more expensive. But if you're looking for something that's gonna really suit your needs, having someone or just knowing where you wanna go is really important. It's important to know where you buy. It's important to know when you're gonna buy and what you're buying so that you can really get an assessed idea of what you need in terms of amenities, especially going to other neighborhoods. Boise itself is very expensive. To buy something like this in Boise is going to have somewhat of like a Boise fee attached to it because of its proximity to the city. However, this farther out, especially in Canyon County, you're going to see is a lot more affordable. Your lots are gonna get a little bigger. You can see that this lot's a little bigger than standard. It's got a little bit of landscaping in the back. It does look beautiful. It's a little closer to the new freeway that's going to happen. But appreciation, especially in Meridian, is going to continue to happen, especially with the investments that are coming to Idaho. So feel free to reach out if you guys are ever concerned about that. But now we're going to take you guys to a gas station on our way to our next home. And we're going to show you guys in person what it looks like to look at the gas prices compared to maybe where you're living at. So we'll show you guys there before we head to our next one. Okay, so another thing, we're on the gas station real quick. We're gonna head over to Oakwood Estates as a Tresidio build. But I wanted to show you guys, look at this. This is the price of regular, and this is the price of the Supreme, like the premium gas, and then this is the diesel price. So this is an example. My truck right here, it's a 36-gallon truck. For a full tank, it can cost like 100 to 110, 20 if I'm paying for the premium gas. In California, the gas per gallon can be anywhere from 420 in that range. So if you go off of the 36-gallon tank, this price would be about $100 to fill up the regular gas for the truck. But in California, it would cost you $150 for the gas prices that are over there. So that kind of gives you an example of what the real price is. And this is what it looks like. This is the big price right here. So if you guys have any questions about anything else in terms of affordability, just please let me know. We're gonna head over to this next segment where we're gonna show you guys another home that's above 800,000 and show you the build and the quality that you guys can get for that in Meridian. Stay in Meridian, giving comparables, and we'll talk about it there. Okay guys, we made it here to Tresidio's Oakwood Estates. Wanted to show you guys around this one and really just give you guys a highlight of what this builder can do. This one's listed for $814,000. It's a 2,700 square foot home with 4 beds, 3.5 baths, and it's 2,700 square feet, if I didn't say that already. But immediately, some of the things that you'll notice about this one, especially in this bracket of homes and on, is going to be like the entryway. You're gonna have the 9-10 foot ceilings here, like way bigger of an entryway and a lot more space, and the quality of the builder is going to be a lot nicer. You can tell, especially in the cabinetry of these builders, how nice everything is. These are soft close. The baseboards of these ones are 6 inches instead of like a 3-inch baseboard. The landscaping already done for this one. Specifically in this neighborhood, they're gonna have a playground, some green spaces, I believe a playground, and there's a basketball court as well. But so this is Meridian, another Meridian builder. Tresidio is known for their luxury build. So can you afford something like this? This is going to be a luxury builder that's in the Meridian and in the Boise Valley. And they're a lot nicer than your other builders, especially when it comes to luxury. And they have a lot of different options. This is the Riviera bonus plan. But I wanted to talk about Meridian in general. So with the different suburbs that we have been talking about, there's Boise, which is the downtown area, the capital of Idaho. That's gonna be probably one of the most expensive and busiest parts of the city. And what we wanna talk about in this segment is the cost of lifestyle. We talk about the cost of living, we've talked about the cost of taxes, but a lot of people ignore and don't talk enough about the cost of living lifestyle. What does your day-to-day look like? So we saw gas prices. We know that the traffic is getting a little bit bad just because of the growth here in the area, but also look at these countertops. You're gonna see like higher elevated courts, bigger pantries, and just bigger spaces. I just wanted to note this because this is a beautiful home. I gotta save up a little bit more to buy one of these, but beautiful spaces. Here in Meridian, it's gonna be a lot busier in terms of suburbs. When you move out more west to suburbs like Star, Emmett, Caldwell, Nampa, they begin to get a little bit less busy depending on where you wanna be. This is sitting on a 0.2 acre lot. As you head out more west, if you're looking for more land, it's gonna be less expensive per acre for what you're looking to buy on a general rule of thumb. So yeah, go ahead and just give another pan of like what this looks like, the beautiful built-in that goes all the way up to the top. But I wanted to talk about these lifestyle costs that we don't always talk about. There's a lot of different nature things that Idaho has. You'll hear about people going fishing, going to the river, floating the river. The Boise River is a really fun activity to do in the summer. We have Top Golf. This home is centrally located to Wahoo's, which is, I don't know if you get like a Dave & Buster's. It's like a Dave & Buster's. It's a family, like, what do they call it? A family fun zone. And it has like laser tag. It's got bowling, and it's a really great place for you and your family to go and visit, especially if you're here for the first time. So would recommend doing that. But a lot of these things you don't see on a spreadsheet when you're calculating the numbers is what does the cost of living look like when it comes to your day-to-day life? There is less commuting because everywhere you go is going to be about an hour with traffic. If you're going from the east of Boise to the west of Caldwell, it's not gonna take you super long. I know a lot of you guys spend a lot of your time driving in big commutes, longer commutes. So those are things that people don't talk about. And so I wanted to make sure that I mentioned it in this video. We can go deeper into the grocery costs, like how it's bigger on an average basis in other cities and it's cheaper in Idaho and all those things. Those are also fun. But I wanted to make a highlight how it's nice to be out to the closer outdoors. If you want to go to the river, if you want to go to other places like that, it's not going to be super far. But I wanted to make this point really clear is that yes, Boise is affordable. It's not necessarily cheap, but compared to the West Coast, it is going to be one of the best options for people that are looking for best value. And so for me and my family, being able to live in a place that represents our values like God, family, and guns, and being able to have the commute from a church, commute from friends and family, this is what makes Idaho way more valuable than what money could offer. It depends on, like I said earlier, when you buy, what you buy, and when you're doing it all. And those are things that I'm here to help with. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to call or text me. But I wanted to also point out this video right here, which is talking all about the investments that are coming to Idaho and really investigating if this is gonna ruin or make Idaho better. But if you guys have any other questions, reach out to us and we are here to help. See you guys in the next video.